Hey guys, R2 here. Here to talk about the Carpetbaggers, which is it is movie number 9, I believe. Yeah, movie number 9 in the new Imprint range from Via Vision Australia. So it's a boutique Blu-ray label. Now, I'm doing the review this way because I had a little shaving incident this morning and therefore cannot be in front of the camera for at least 2 weeks because I had to go clean shaven to fix it all up. And nobody sees me clean shaven, so you're just going to get reviews like this for a while. Yeah, so anyway, the Carpetbaggers, movie 9. This movie, when I was reading the back and sort of going over it, I was honestly not looking forward to checking it out. It didn't really sort of grab me. But upon watching it today, I was hooked. I freaking love this movie. It was really, really good. It went for 2.5 hours. It was a long run time, but I just didn't notice. I was just so engrossed in the lead character of Jonas Jr. and his transition from being a rich tycoon's son who had no care in the world. Had a lot of women and drunk, just boozed it up and did all that sort of stuff, and he just didn't care about basically being an adult. So when his dad dies and he inherits his father's empire, basically, or his business, his little chemical plant business, he expands that dramatically and goes on a huge journey of buying all these different companies and other businesses and buying, building airplanes to do mail runs across America and then turning into passenger lines, and then buying a movie company and making movies and just a whole lot more. And just seeing him over a period of about, I'd say 12 years, because this is set before World War II and they mention it later on in the film. So I want to say it's probably early 30s or late 20s. I'm only guessing here, but I just loved every second of it. The acting of this was fantastic. There are lots of emotions going through. It was funny in times, but it was mainly because it's a drama. I just class this as just a typical drama from 1964 to give you an idea. And yeah, it had everything. It had you had your happy moments, and then you really had your sad moments as well, and then it sort of kind of comes full circle by the end of it. But just watching him over that span of say a dozen years was just really, really, really engrossing. And there's only one other movie that's ever done that to me before, and that was Forrest Gump. And again, that's another a lengthy film, and if both films went for another 2-3 hours, I would have been kept watching and loving every minute of it, because I know in previous films I've said they've gone for maybe 20-30 minutes too long, but this movie just didn't seem to drag at all. I just didn't notice the time. It just seemed to go by real quick. I will say at the end of the film there was a bit of a what do you call it, a fight scene. Yeah, what do you call it? Of course it's a fight scene. There was a fight scene, and it's not a spoiler because if you read the back of the back of the Blu-ray case here, you can pretty much work out there's going to be a fight scene in it. But it was just it was haymaker heaven, basically, and just in hopes that one of them hits. Like, it was unreal. And then they had to land on every possible furniture that was in the room that they could. It was just unreal. I had a really good time with this movie. I mean, it's definitely not a happy movie. That's for sure, but there are happy moments in it, of course. This guy here, man, he's very, the character, he's a very smart and very driven business person, and he was the whole time he's trying not to be like his father, and I don't want to spoil it, but he's trying not to, he's worried about being somebody else, but I won't spoil who, and it's just a really, really, really well performed film, and I'm so happy that I got to watch this movie, because as I said, I wouldn't have watched this movie. Just reading the back of it, I would have been like, nah, this doesn't sound like a movie I'd like. But see if I can turn this around. But yeah, the actual the film was just so good. I couldn't believe how great it was. The quality of the movie was fine. It was just a good old 1080p rip, or 1080p presentation, I should say. Now, when the movie first started, during the credits in the sky, they had like in a plane, sort of, and going through the clouds as your opening credits. It looked a little bit grainy, but I think that was just because of just being in the sky. And I thought that was going to be the case for the whole film, but it wasn't. The film looked amazing. There was a couple of scenes here and there that looked a bit sort of washed out and a bit sort of not the greatest, including the last little final scene, but it wasn't long at all, and it didn't take away from the enjoyment of the film itself. So can't fault it there at all. But it was just really good. I would 100% recommend this movie to anybody that likes, especially if they like dramas, and are just like me now, that are interested in films that showcase somebody's life over, a certain period. Like in Forrest Gump, it shows him a lot longer over his life, but it was just really good. I don't know why I enjoyed it so much. I can't quite figure it out, but except for the fact that it's very well performed. This guy did such a good job. He showed so much emotions and so many different sides of his character, and they even make reference to it in the film about how he keeps changing, and no one knows the real Jonas, and they say something like, I bet you if you take off your mask the devil's underneath there. And there was so many good lines in this film that they're definitely going to stick with me. And I don't want to say too many, because it was just fun to experience it for the first time watching it. So definitely check this out. And I have to say, it's probably my favorite of this second release or second wave of Imprint films. It was just such a surprise, and I'm just incredibly thankful that they put this on here. I hope they put more films like this, or at least, kind of like this, because especially ones that I wouldn't normally watch, because this is exactly why I wanted to get into this Imprint range, is because of the randomness of these films. I'm glad they're not just doing sci-fi and sort of cheesy monster flicks. I'm glad they're doing other ones like this, and No Way to Treat a Woman, and even Waterloo. So definitely recommend this one, guys. I absolutely had a ball with it. It was just a fantastic movie. Definitely give it a go. I don't think it's available anymore, unfortunately. I think they are sold out. I did have a quick look on the Imprint Instagram page, and I think all that's available is When Worlds Collide and No Way to Treat a Lady and A Place in the Sun. I think they're the only three left from Wave 2, and I'm pretty sure there's no Wave 1 left, which is a real shame. Hopefully they will do more printings of them or copies of them at some point. But definitely, I don't know how you can check this out now, I'm afraid, because there's none left on Imprint. But even if you can find a DVD of it or something like that, it is well worth a watch. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Let me know down in the comments in the old C section. Where are my fingers? The old C section down below. If you've seen this movie, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, let's talk it up, because I don't think I said that in the last videos. I want to know if you guys like these movies, or think they're worthy of getting this treatment of a boutique Blu-ray label here in Australia. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Stay tuned for the next one, probably up in the next couple of days. And yeah, I can't wait for more of these films. Thanks for watching, guys.